The K, Chapter 9. In the afternoon, Timothy said we'd make a rope. On the north end of the island, tough vines, almost as large as a pencil, were laced over the sand. It took us several hours to tear out a big pile of them. Then Timothy began weaving a rope that would stretch all the way down the hill to the beach and fire pile. The rope was for me. If he happened to be out on the reef and I heard a plane, I could take a light from our campfire, follow the rope down, and touch off the big fire. The vine rope would also serve to get me safely down to the beach. After we'd torn the vines out and he was weaving the rope, he said, "Young boss, you must begin to help with the other work." We were sitting up by the hut. I had my back to a palm and was thinking that back in Willemstad, at this moment, I'd probably be sitting in a classroom, 3 desks away from Heinrich, listening to Herr Junkier talk about European history. I'd been tutored in Dutch the first year in Willemstad so I could attend the regular school. Now I could speak it and understand it. My hands were tired from pulling the vines, and I just wanted to sit and think. I didn't want to work. I said, "Timothy, I'm blind. I can't see to work." I heard him cutting something with his sharp knife. He replied softly, "The hand is not blind." Didn't the old man understand? To work, aside from pulling up vines or drawing something in the sand, you must be able to see. Stubbornly, he said, "Young boss, we need sleeping mats. You can make the mats." I looked over in his direction. "You do it," I said. He sighed back, saying, "The best mat maker in Charlotte Amalie down in Frenchtown be total blind." "But he's a man, and he has to do that to make a living." "Be true," Timothy said quietly. But in a few minutes he placed several lengths of palm fiber across my lap. He really was a black mule. "The palm mat is very easy, just over and under." Becoming angry with him, I said, "I tell you, I can't see." He paid no attention to me. "Take this hand, hold the palm like this, then over and under, like the man in Frenchtown, then more palm." I could feel him standing there watching me as I tried to reeve the lengths, but I knew they weren't fitting together. He said, "Like this, I tell you," and reached down to guide my hand. Over and under. I tried again, but it didn't work. I stood up, threw the palm fibers at him, and screamed, "You ugly black man, I won't do it. You're stupid. You can't even spell." Timothy's heavy hand struck my face sharply. Stunned, I touched my face where he'd hit me. Then I turned away from where I thought he was. My cheeks stung, but I wouldn't let him see me with tears in my eyes. I heard him saying very gently, "Be getting back to work, my own self." I sat down again. He began to sing that fungi and fish song again in a low voice, and I could picture him sitting on the sand in front of the hut, that tangled gray hair, the ugly black face with the thick lips, and those great horny hands winding the strands of vine. The rope, I thought, it wasn't for him, it was for me. After a while, I said, "Timothy." He did not answer, but walked over to me, pressing more palm fronds into my hands. He murmured, "'Tis very easy, over and under." Then he went back to singing about fungi and fish. Something happened to me that day on the quay. I'm not quite sure what it was even now, but I had begun to change. I said to Timothy, "I want to be your friend." He said softly, "Young boss, you have always been my friend." I said, "Can you call me Philip instead of young boss?" "Philippe," he said warmly.